What is going on, Bulls Nation? Back again for another video. So welcome. We got another win. Thank God. Snap that 2-game losing streak. It's getting tight in the East. We cannot afford to string 3-4 game losing streak. Otherwise, we'd go all the way down to 7, and we don't want to be there. We don't want to be in the play-in tournament. We're too good for that. The play-in tournament is for the Bulls last year, not the Bulls this year. However, we got the win, and we have more favorable matchups in the few days to come. And hopefully we can, string some wins. And not only that, the win is obviously great, but we saw some semblance of defense. Defense, something that we have never seen in the past 15 games. I read a stat that in the past 15 games, the Bulls are dead last in defensive efficiency, which is honestly what the critics were saying before the season started. And I was afraid because they were almost right. There are times where the Bulls are, even there's strings of these, possessions where the guards are just penetrating in the lane, kind of just like that, what you just saw in that video right there. There was no resistance. But through, I believe, third quarter, when they only have like 60 something points, I was like, well, wait a second, maybe they're not going to score 120 this time, because we've been giving, it's okay if eventually they scored 120 on garbage time if we are leading by 20 or so. That's a sign of a good team. For example, like when Philadelphia and the Suns beat us, yes, we did came back, but there was never a threat. I was never threatened that they're coming back. You still don't feel at ease with the Bulls. And that is why you still see Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, towards the end of the game, because it feels like Billy is not even confident in his own team that they can hold this lead. That somehow, some way, even leading by 12 with 1 minute to go, he would ride him out. And this is Zach with a bad back. And sometimes that scares me being a Bulls fan. It's giving me flashback from 2011 from Derrick Rose when we were leading by like 21 against Philadelphia, and he tore his ACL. I'm getting nightmares when I think about that. Anytime that we got a blowout, I kind of had this instinct to take them out. I just have PTSD at this point. However, I get that you want some, reps from your guys, and you don't want the game slipping away because, again, to be quite honest, there's never a surefire lead with the Bulls. There's none. But I do love what I saw. You saw some semblance of defense here. I just wish that Billy changes it up every once in a while. And I said this on the last video, and it's fine to change your defensive mentality or a defensive scheme depending on who you're playing. Somebody like Charlotte, who has really no big guys. You don't really need to worry about offensive rebound, which kills us a lot of time. Maybe put some help on the front end instead of the back end with Vooch. Leave him. Put like a zone type of thing. Like a 3-2 zone perhaps, so they're not penetrating as easy. And mix it up, sometimes switch man to man. It's okay. Give the opposing team different looks. We won this game quite easily, I would say, which we should first and foremost. They're also hurt. Most of the teams that we played has some sort of injury, so we can't really, just make our injuries as an excuse. Because even Philadelphians, they're not playing with, I think Maxey didn't play that game, and we all know that Simmons is not playing. So that's kind of like a tiebreaker. With Phoenix Suns, it was never even close, honestly. But hey, we'll take this win. I'll take this. Be happy with it. We're gonna play the Timberwolves next, and they're as up and down as the Bulls, although we do have a better record. But they kind of resembles the Bulls. They do have the talent. They do. They're a bit younger, though. They're up and down. On paper, it looks like, they should be in the playoffs with all that talent that they do have. Same with the Bulls. You would think that, with all the talent that we do have, we would outscore most of the teams. And by that, I mean even Toronto. I know they're in a tear right now, but a good team should win the games that they're supposed to win. And we're supposed to win that Toronto game. We're supposed to. And, split the games, as Richard Jefferson said, split the games that are kind of iffy. And right now, what's happening is the Bulls are 1-11 on the teams that are ahead of them, and sometimes even getting beat by Toronto. So hopefully, tomorrow's the trade deadline. We have some holes to fill in, like the guard temporarily. I hope there's no crazy moves. I don't think that. I trust this front office really well. I know they're not gonna make any ridiculous move, kind of like Garpax era, that would compromise not only the chemistry of the team, but also our future. But I'm excited because there's two things to look out for here. Tomorrow, if the Bulls are going to make any at all, I'm not even going to be mad if they don't make any moves, because there is the buyout market right after that, which we can just, this is not the Bulls of the old. Back then, no buyout candidates want to play with the Bulls, because why would you, right? You want to play for a contender. But right now, you see this Bulls, and they're up there. And you always think, especially if you're a big guy, that maybe you're the Rasheed Wallace of the old Detroit Pistons, that you would come to the Bulls and not be just, riding the coattail of these guys, but maybe you're the X factor. Maybe you're the missing link. And we should maintain that mentality. And that is why we need to keep on winning. We got to be attractive, to this free agents. We can't be like the 6th, 5th seed. Obviously, they'll just run to the, to the other team, like the Torontos and all that stuff. You don't want that. You want to attract these free agents, which we do have the opportunity now. But to do those, you got to keep on winning. So hopefully we do. And then we'll keep an eye tomorrow on the trade deadline, see what happens. And hopefully something good comes out. If not, at the very least, let's not make some Dennis Schroeder moves and trade away our assets for that guy. But thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, if you're a Bulls fan. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.